Well, you know the servers. Yeah, I'll tell you my Thomas Keller story. Oh, I didn't even have to go that far. Dougie Doug. Yeah, I already brought him out. Yeah, so as I was telling people before, and everybody that's watching, you want to always have a dry seafold or paper towel until you use it up, and then you want to have a little bit of arbori rice. Now, I used to always like plunge it in arborio rice, and then my truffle guy's like, that's not how you do it. You got to put a very little bit because it's gonna suck all the moisture and aromatics out. Oh no, 100%. I agree with that. I would have to agree. Yo, that's the second time this week I saw somebody wear a shirt that said guacamole extra. I don't think it could be their thing. No, what? Well, actually, stand up a little bit. No, no, it was different. It was like two Haas, or it was like a avocado Haas split. Um, well, either way, you ready for this big boy, bro? So the truffle guy, Giacomo, check him out, Marianello Trattufi. His name's Giacomo. Yeah, and you gotta say it in Italian. You gotta say it in an Italian accent. Yeah, Italian accent, like "Ciao, ciao, Giacomo." Uh, And it's pretty sexy when you hear like an accent like that. But he'd be like "Ciao, bella," and I'd be like, "Wow, that's amazing. I wish I could say that." All right, Doug. Dude, I saw the biggest one. I'm like, we gotta have this. And then if Alex is watching this, I said I'll share since he's been so kind to tune in every time. And I said I'll share this guy. So, I mean, if I hold it up close, it looks pretty big. No, this is still at least 10 grams, I would say. 10 grams of truffles. If you go to a restaurant and you get a supplement, black truffles are usually um, $7 to $8 a gram, and they'll do like 5 grams per, so like 40, $50. So you got like 2, 3 servings in there. I honestly I don't like these this big because the application it becomes slimmer and slimmer. Like the little ones you could just pop on anything. This one it's like big slices, so it's gonna cover usually the art that we put together. But no, so first you want to have pretty much every week or every depending on how much truffles you shave, that truffle slicer needs to be either like the really pro ones come with like the blade that comes off. The less pro ones are gonna be um, less of that. Yeah, the blade that doesn't come off. Exactly. Sorry. Like heard myself echoing a little bit, so I was like, "Ugh." But yeah, so you want to have a super 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 sharp truffle knife, and then as you start, usually what I like to do personally, I've never really seen that done like that, but the Yakumi pans, the like stainless steel nice pans. I like have salt on my station, kosher salt, whatever, finishing salt, and the first couple little rigs, or slices, all that crumb and stuff to get into like the nice meatier, softer shell. Will go into the salt, and then I'll just like crumble it up in the salt, and it'll like dehydrate and make truffle salt essentially. Um, but anything like that, or you just crumble it on the stainless steel countertop, and then take your fingers and that's a good truffle. But that's what you do with all the ends and bits, or that. But then, I mean, usually in service, you know how it is. You'll have like one tortellini on a like a quarter sheet tray. You'll have like a piece of broccoli that didn't really make it on the plate. Little crispy garnishes, and then you like throughout the night as you're like, I'm a little bit hungry. You'll be like making little amuse bouches. So that exactly. I would always make it. So on my station, on my pasta station, back in the opening days of GT, I had pork belly, like braised pork belly, in a CVAP. Have you ever worked with a CVAP? 8 of them. Oh well, yeah, Disney. Yeah, it's amazing how it keeps, the hydration and everything and whatnot. So we would CVAP 24 hour, or actually it was like 16 hour pork belly, and right. I agree 100%. And that's like a fine line where it's like it's under braised or over braised. And that's all about just repetition, right? You do it one time, you're like, oh shit. Fuck. Chef, it's falling apart. Mm, is it like kind of like it has like kind of looks like that, like a triangle, or is it smaller? Those are the boneless short ribs, right? That's a great price for short rib, and that's choice plus, right? So that's the thing is because the high grade isn't being bought as much, they're pushing the higher grades into the choice or higher just to push that inventory. Um, I went to Slagle Farms. I'm not sure what it's by, but they I saw like a whole or a half a cow, and it's humongous, and 80% of the cow goes to burgers. So if America didn't have a strong burger industry, they would not be able to, short ribs would go up to $12 a pound because just the amount of cows they go through. Because they've educated the market. That's how I do it. Well, yeah, but the grill will only give you so much Maillard reaction versus a rondo with a good amount of blend oil, hot. Yeah, and then the smoky flavor is good, but then there's always tricks around that. We used to make smoked oil. I think Alex probably made it too. But we'd literally take burning embers and put it in grapeseed oil, and it would literally like smoke and bubble, and it would look like smoke underwater where it like bubbles in. And we would use that oil with a vinaigrette, so whatever like sherry or like really expensive Banyuls vinegar, and you mix it up, and then you just douse. So like you take the short rib that you seared, and then you just basically brush it and oil it with that all that smoky goody flavor. Um, Also, we took heavy cream and did the same thing. A lot of people do that. So like you'd make like smoked ice cream or something like that. You literally take burnt like the embers, red embers. Well, Favikin did that, but he did the almost burnt cream where he like they use a lot of um, you make DMT with it. I know that much. What was that called? It's like not salsify, but sassafras. 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 I know when I did my stage there. But you can, so like instead of using wood pellets for your smoke gun, you could use sassafras and cinnamon and other aromatics, and they're obviously huge on all the aromatics. I remember when I was like 16, 17, I bought myself a molecular gastronomy kit for like $400, and I literally did like 3 recipes out of that. I made the arugula noodles, and I was like, wow, yeah, arugula noodles. It's just basically set with agar, and I was very disappointed. And then I made red bell pepper juice reverse purifications, also very disappointed with it. And then I did a couple spherification or caviars, but it wasn't until like my oyster days where they impart so much flavor into that liquid that that liquid is good by itself and doesn't need you know, anything else, and then you transform it. So I was very happy with that. And the fluid gels, but it's different textures. Could be white. I mean, white oak is beachaton, and it's like what all the Japanese people use. Well, they're doing different things now, and I want to keep that a little bit of a secret, so you guys. I don't want to reveal all their stories, but we obviously talk to all of them and talk to you guys and hear all your information, details, stories, experiences, and we are really excited to get you guys on and speak your perspectives, speak your ambitions. Hardships, whatever you need to say, we're all about that. And a lot of the chefs we'll be having on are doing something really cool, and I think that's going to be very inspiring, just like it's inspired me and Doug, and especially to get them on the podcast and just hear their different paths, right? Because everybody takes a little bit of a different path, and that's great because Doug can be doing his CDC stuff, and then I could be sitting at home talking about truffles. And making pizza for myself, but everybody sees a different game. I think you are, Doug. You're bringing that cheddar, that truffle aged cheddar hooks. Have you ever had that cheese? Hooks. Fortune Fish carries it really good. They have a 2-year and a 4-year. Yeah, Hooks cheddar, and they have a truffle one, which is like triple the price. Fire. Yeah, I mean everybody in the Chicago area is gonna be using pretty much the same guys. I got to really cool part of the experience, or throughout my culinary journey, I've got to go to these plants and meet the sales rep and whatnot, and talk to people and just see that. Remember, were you there with the Testa produce? Did we go on that field trip? Did you go on that field trip? Remember the one I missed? Was that to Fortune? It was somewhere. You guys went somewhere, and like I think you did. Why are people having a hard time hearing me? We gotta get this on Twitch and figure it out. I think it'd be just better for everybody. Or Twitch, Facebook. Everybody's got a Facebook. Don't tell me you don't got a Facebook. Um, maybe a good use of Facebook nowadays. Get some true podcast. No fluff and fluff. All right, Doug. I'm gonna let you go sleep, rest. Doug, talk me through your schedule. Okay, so you got a 6 day work week ahead. What time are you going to sleep? What time are you waking up? What you doing in the morning? Who's making breakfast? Awesome, awesome. All right. So you get to work, you check all the clipboards, you talk to people, make sure all the products in. Yo, we're the Brussels. I swear they came in. I signed for them. When you come into work, do they set up your cutting board? Put a deli of salt, put a deli of pepper, some seafolds, a nice little note for you, warm wet towel. So that's what we had to do. It's all about standards, right? Hell yeah. No. People will start talking behind your back. I know how that goes. Sounds like a lot of the chefs I worked for. Sugar and cream? Yeah, no, I agree 100%. All right, so after morning coffee, checking everything in, doing your small or big butchery, um, grilling your short ribs. What's sticky or I love that you're putting that on you. And I've read a couple, or I've listened to a couple audiobooks recently, and it's all about, if you're not communicating, how can you have expectations? And if you're not like giving the time to teach them and like dump proof every step, then you can't expect them to dump proof it themselves and double check it themselves. Um, yeah, no, I know exactly what you're dealing with. We used to have the same problem with like pickled Fresnos. And they would just drain all the liquid and then they would start to wrinkle instead of holding their integrity and crunch. Know how that goes. You got 27 Bronzinos on deck. I, I had like a grill this big, four burners, small, tiny. I'd be grilling steak and fish and whatnot on it. Oh my god. Ah, man, I miss those days. That's a big thing, and a lot of people will hire you having certain expectations from you, especially if your resume says, the big names. And we're not gonna get into the big names now because I want Doug to go to sleep at a little bit before midnight, or be free before midnight, and um, give the attention he needs to give to his loved ones. But yeah, we're just trying to juggle all this through. Doug kind of talked us through his day. I'm gonna let him finish up quickly, and then we'll wrap this up. But I appreciate everybody that's viewing in, and yeah, we'll start sharing all the links and stuff early tomorrow, so that everybody can get their accounts and tuned in and whatever not. Doug might be late for tomorrow's podcast, but we'll start at 8:39 my time, Chicago time. Everybody else figure it out. Uh, g- there we go. All right, Doug, walk us through the end of the day. So service going smoothly. Everybody's got great. How do you call your orders in? Do you have a app where you just click it and send it, or you got to call it in? Nice. Text them the orders. We had a fancy app. It was amazing. I could leave work. I would take like pictures of the cooler, and then on my drive home, like prep list it out of like, okay, so we definitely need that. I saw definitely that. I didn't get eyes on that, but I'm thinking, okay, let's order it. YOLO. Oh my god, dude, that happened to me so many times. Where, but also that's what a great morning sous chef does, is like when he's checking the order and he's like, "What the fuck was Vlad smoking last night? We definitely don't need any more Brussels. We have four cases of them." Um, exactly. Or sometimes, they'll put like lemons and oranges together. They'll consolidate them, but they'll be like a full orange and a lemon. Or somebody will take a lemon and put it in the that, and I'll think to myself, "Oh my god, I only saw one lemon." and then we have an entire case. Uh, Definitely. Well, it makes the day run by quick, I feel like, too, because you're always busy and figuring out all these little problems that come up throughout the day. Yeah, I just heard about that. One of my favorite personal chefs in Miami canceled his meal preps and had a couple of yacht parties that canceled. And that's definitely another topic that party cancellations. That could be a whole season of party cancellations. Just get a bunch of people to tell their quick 5 minute party cancellations last minute. I mean, dude, it's crazy what we have to go through and how we have to juggle all these small but